SHMA
Oh hey! Double color box, orange, Baja, moth, bird, no, lava streaks, what the fuck? Rodan will be standing under 4 inches tall, but hey, he long. Mothra will be standing at about 1 inch tall, but hey, she long. But first, let's take a look at Rodan. Wow. Rodan or Bland Dan, Jesus. I'm not going to be a dickhead the entirety of this here review. There are very nice details all strewn about on Rodan's wings and his skin. His skin having this nice dry brushing on it to give off like a darker shade to him, which is cool. It's just why aren't there lava trails on the edges of his wings? Why was that aspect of Rodan's character completely omitted from this figure? It's like, what paint is on here is really cool and everything, and the detail is sublime, sure. It's just, I feel like we're missing so much to this incarnation of Rodan. And to think that all they did was lather some darker color paint on top of it, it's just kind of lazy. Lazy and... I mean, for the most part, it's kind of fucking boring, too. But I guess what we did get was okay. Taking a look at Rodan's feet, his tail, his body overall, we're still going to get more of that black dry brushing that was added to it. And again, it looks nice. It's just, I wish Bandai Tamashii gave more of a shit, because what's present here is nice. I will not deny that for a second. It's just, why exclude like the coolest thing about this Rodan design? He was a giant volcano bird, and you have the details for it. And I understand that this was one of the cheaper SH MonsterArts releases for the KOTM line, but damn. As much as I absolutely can give Rodan a solid star in terms of detailing, paint is just... Yeah, as per usual, Bandai's detail game is on point, and what little painted on details that are included do look good. It's just meh. I feel like more could have and should have been done with this guy. Dear God, look at that eye application. Looks like bro is half asleep on this side. Meanwhile, this side, he's got that nice angy look to him. And again, the detailing game is just on point. It's just, why did you make Rodan look like beef jerky? Is that what this is, Bandai? Did you have a jerky product placement going alongside Rodan over here? I believe it. We do have some nice minor detailing along Rodan's beak over here to kind of give off the teeth look of it all. I just wish it was a lot more present, and I feel like that's this figure in its entirety. It's good, but I wish it was more. Alright, let's check the inside of his mouth. Bro, Rodan's got Laffy Taffy tongue, and it's not even weathered at all to look like it's supposed... Why does this motherfucker got the pink Laffy Taffy tongue like this dude had friggin' pink yogurt strawberry mixture in his mouth? This is $100... Well, this is a $50 figure and a $100 set. What in the goddamn fuck? Is this thing even detailed? Yeah, lightly. Okay. Looks like we got a little bit on the roof of the mouth. But Jesus Christ, look at how that tongue just sticks out. Ugh. So not only is the paint job just a little to be desired, but you couldn't weather up a tongue? Maybe it's screen accurate, I don't know. So yeah, KOTM SH MonsterArts Rodan 2019. I'll give it solid star in terms of detailing, as I already said, and half a star in terms of paint, as what's there is nice, but it drastically needed more for a proper representation, and this eye just sucks. Bro looks like he lost his dentures and he just ate some strawberry ice cream. What the fuck? Okay, let's see what Mothra has to offer, I guess. I will give Mothra this. I mean, Tamashii did a great job with these wings, whether these are just decals that were added on, whether it was like a spray job or something, whatever the fuck. The wings look great, and I love the details on them too. They got that really nice texture to them. And it's not just the bigger wings, but the smaller wings too. Look at that. I love how those colors mix together. This is a massive high point for SH MonsterArts Mothra, because while these wings like positively soar in terms of color and just details overall, the figure itself looks like melted caramel chocolate. Great, now I want jerky and caramel chocolate. What a disgusting combination. That's right, Rob, blame Bandai for your eating habits. I'll give Mothra a solid star in terms of paint and detail on the wings, but this fucking sucks. Like, yeah, it's small, meant to be in scale with the rest of the figures, but holy shit, dude. I mean, we got some nice detailing on the back, some representation of fur and The antennae up here? The eyes are nice and bright, but this friggin' color scheme, man, this sucks. But I should give this figure a little bit of credit, as the detailing on the arms is much more obvious than I expected, and the fact that, you know, you can actually see her face and the whole thing with the eyes and her little mandibles and everything, it's commendable. There's details to be seen here. It's just she's dressed like a dessert. Granted, I really shouldn't be surprised because this is Bandai and their detail game is something to praise, but a different color would have really done this figure some justice. Got her little stinger over here, her little legs, again, detailing on point. It's just, she's so desperately needed some better looking colors, and even though I find that GXK Mothra to look like a Mothra corpse, I mean, she looks dead, at least, you know, like, at least it looks cool. I guess. Something. A solid star for the body in terms of detailing. Solid X in terms of paint. This is a disservice to Mothra. I don't know what else you want me to tell y'all. This ain't it, personally, for these two characters. And for the fact that you could get two other figures that are both $50 a pop separately, I don't see a reason as to buy these ever. And until we get Rodan in another movie, I would say just wait until that happens, or... Come on. You don't want to spend $100+ on this. But now I guess we could take a look at the stands and the instructions. So I can at least give Bandai and Tamashii this much. The instructions for the stands and how to place the figures on the stands. The articulation for Mothra, the delicacy warnings and everything. Very much appreciated. Now, according to the instructions, Rodan came with the titty cradle and the claw. Mothra came with the claw as well. Unfortunately, I don't have the claw for her stand, so I gotta use the highest stand for her. And the claw is no longer included with Rodan, so... Oh wait, I have a spare claw. And I think this stand holds old Rhodey up pretty well. But this spare claw head I have for this stand isn't exactly good. Yeah, as soon as I start messing with the wings, he falls off. But the titty cradle stand that came with Rodan fits those tits just fine, and I can get those wings up pretty high without Rodan falling off, unless I happen to hit my knee on the table and he comes careening off the stand. Honestly, he lasted a lot longer than I expected. Yeah, the attachment for this thing is a bit on the cracked side. I might have to do some repairs there. But for the most part, it ain't too bad. I really do wish I could speak on Mothra's stand. But once again, there's no... Stay. Fuck it. Stand's just fine. Would be better if it was in better condition. I guess a solid star. Thanks, Bandai. Now, like I said, I don't have the complete stand for Shamuth, so I'm going to be using Hayamuth's stand, and let me tell you, works pretty well. One thing I'll definitely give Shamuth over Hayamuth is this. She's much smaller, and she's much lighter, so her being on this stand really isn't going to give you any troubles. No matter which way you have the stand on her, beneath her, above her, so solid star for Haya for making a stand that fits both the SHMA and their Mothra. Appreciate it. So, to say that these are wholly bad figures would be a bit of a lie, but to say that I am not kind of let down by them is just entirely wrong, because I think these are perfect representations of the monsters that we saw on screen. Oh, why, not you? Because screw you. I need to tell the world just how great these are. We already did the paint and the detail, man. Come on, just stop it. No way, Jose. I've got to talk about these figures and how great they are. I mean, just look at all this. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, they just look so good. Okay, well, what's going on with my neck? Why do I feel tingly? Why am I... What was I doing? Rodan is plain and just kind of on the boring side, but the detail and what paint is present is rather nice, save for that
putty tongue. And despite the stand not being in the best condition, it does hold him up pretty nicely. I really do wish I had the original stand, but I don't think I'm going to be copying that Mothra and Suko set just for a stand and, for all intents and purposes, a dead-looking Mothra. So now, before we move on, let's take a look at some size comparisons.
Shokugan movie, king-sized but not king series. HG Sham. NECA, more sham. Hiya. Movie.
And now I guess we could take a look at articulation. Mouth can open and close. This mouth is a little on the loose side. I really do wish it could open up a bit wider because that just looks like he's gasping, not roaring. Gonna get a ball joint up at the head over here, another ball joint over here at the neck, and another ball joint here at the base of the neck, which you can actually see. So even though the movement at his jaw is pretty much just that, at least with the head, we can be looking up, we can be looking down, we could be looking from side to side just like that. It's cool, it's nice, it's doable. We're gonna get a ball joint over here and a ball joint over here. I can't get too much done with the ball joint up here, but we will at the very least get a nice ab crunch for Rodan, both in and back out. The legs will be on ball joints and they'll be able to kick up and rotate all the way around without falling off pretty nicely. The joint on this knee is a bit on the loose side. You're not gonna get too much of a bend out of it. And with the foot, you can move up. And with the foot, you can move up about that far, down about that far, a little bit of side-to-side movement. I'm pretty sure if you just apply a little bit of pressure, you will be able to get the foot a little bit more forward. This one just likes to pop off. So at least there's that. I guess that is the one downside to having a figure line that's all ball joints. You kind of lose a little bit of love with smaller builds like this. The tail will be on a ball joint, so it can go up and down, side to side. And I guess while I'm here, the torso can also go from side to side as well. And now for the arms. I mean, we've got a ball joint over here at the shoulder blade, so it can move up and down, back and forth, plus a swivel at the shoulder over here. And we've got another ball joint over here at the wing, which will add to the curvature. Plus a very makes me nervous kind of swivel at the bicep thing. Yeah, you can get Rodan's wings up nice and high, just like that. And you can bring them nice and deep down low. Nice. Very nice. I mean, as far as articulation goes for Rodan, I definitely think it's better than the NECA one. I mean, definitely with the arms. For sure. But here comes my bias. I think the Haya one is better. And yes, we'll be doing that in a sec. Mothra as well is going to be all ball joints. I mean, full rotation at the wings. They can move up and down. They can move somewhat back and forward. Same thing for the smaller wings. They're going to be a little bit more restricted than these are, but it's workable. It's doable. Both sides. Ah, fuck. Mothra's legs will be on ball joints, so they can actually move out and then back in at the same time, which is cool. Gonna get a nice ball joint at the torso over here for a nice... Oh, a great ab crunch. Holy shit. Oh, her titty arm popped out. Shit. Yeah, so great ab crunch, decent crunch out. Even though the arms like to pop off a bit too much, I do have to give Bandai credit. The fact that they're all on ball joints and can move out and in and up and down and do full rotations is actually really commendable, especially these smaller arms. I mean, they're a bit on the soft side, so you do have to be gentle with them, but I do have to give them credit for this. You know, this Mothra isn't exactly the best for figures, I would say, although the Playmates one looks nice. And of course, she's not going to get anything at the head because it's fused to her body. I'd gladly give Mothra a solid star in terms of articulation. She can definitely do a lot more than the NECA version does, but she just doesn't look the best. And as far as the Haya version goes, well, I mean, you tell me. I get it. This Mothra is probably based off of some kind of, I don't know, concept art or whatever. But then you just take a look at Haya's and it's like, damn. That's really good. The details feel further accentuated upon with the paint job that Haya gave her. The antennae may look drawn on, but One thing I can give SH MonsterArts Mothra over Haya is just the sleeker look. You know, from a front-on shot, she may look like a piece of spiky candy, but you don't see no bulky hinges on her sides. And while Haya Mothra hides that to such an extent, I really can't say that SH MonsterArts Mothra is all bad. She just looks like finger food. With wings! Rodaniel, though, no. Be it the bendy wire or just the paint, I feel Haya Rodan just has so much more life and character to him. Here, ravenous Starscream-like dickhead. Here, it looks like he's trying to scrape the peanut butter from the lower part of his mouth. And even though Flameborn Rodan is a bit on the blandish-looking side as compared to the original, compared to the SH MonsterArts, I really don't think there's much of a competition there. Plus, Haya Rodi actually has what looks like teeth. This guy's teeth look like they're baked into his beak, and there's detail for them, but there's no space in between them. Again, I really can't speak on if Bandai was working with concept art or finalized materials when it came to the Rodan, but no, Haya wins. Plus, just look at those wing curves. I don't know, fam. I had to do the comparison because it was a long time coming. And now I guess we can get into posability, which, yeah. Posability-wise, I don't think it's going to surprise anybody when I say it's quite good. While I'll always prefer the Haya Rodan for its bendy wire and you get those natural curves out of the wings, to say that Bandai made a dud entirely with their Rodan is... yeah, that's not true. He can glide, he can flap, he can swoop, he can look up and down, the whole 9 yards. It's fun. It's good. Really, the only thing that holds this set back for me is just going to be the paint jobs. Whether they're based off of concept art or not, it's just Rodan had quite possibly one of his coolest designs ever, and come on, dude. Fuck. And like I mentioned prior, Mothra definitely has a sleeker look as compared to that of Haya, but again, it's just a freaking paint job. It's the weirdest double-edged sword for me because posability-wise, I think these things are quite good, but when it comes to the visual aspect to it, it's like, I kind of wish you just would have done something more, but now knowing that different divisions of Bandai may or may not get concept art or official art for the final designs, I don't know. Doesn't mean I have to like it, because I don't. But overall, for a line that's known for its articulation and posability, these two follow suit. The KOTM, Rodan, and Mothra set, it's not bad, it just lacks in some ways where it's like, had they actually done more with Rodan in terms of paint, and been a little bit more on the darker side with that of Mothra, I feel like this could have been an easy cornerstone to that of the KOTM line from SH MonsterArts. Ghidorah sucked. 2019 Godzilla, I have that now, 40K? Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. Anyway, I just want to thank you all for 30,000 subscribers. I genuinely can't believe we're almost at half 100,000 subscribers. That's cool. Probably going to take me another 3 years just to get to 50,000, but who knows? YouTube works in mysterious and nonsensical ways sometimes. I hope you all enjoyed this nice little special. At least we can say nothing of value is lost. Can't think of nothing. Social media, Patreon, $1 a month, access to everything I have planned. And when next we meet, I have no idea. I'm waiting for Movie MonsterZilla to show up. I'm waiting for my F4F Samus to show up. I'm waiting for a lot of things to show up. So, bye everybody. See you next time. Peace.